haven't gone Django Unchained in a while. Let's have some fun. Okay, now I reserve this for two corporate establishment Democrats who've decided, yeah, I know the Republicans blocked Merrick Garland for about a year, but we should be nice to the Republicans and give them the nominee that they want and not block him at all. Really? The Democrats cowering in front of Republicans. I've never seen that before. All right, so let's go to the concession stand, and first we find Heidi Heitkamp there. She's from North Dakota. She says, as I said last year when Judge Garland was nominated, and reiterated again when Judge Gorsuch was nominated, the US Senate should have an up or down vote on any Supreme Court nominee as part of fulfilling our constitutional duty of providing advice and consent on nominees to the Supreme Court. They always make it sound so reasonable, like, oh, I've been so consistent. But have the Republicans been consistent? And when they blocked Merrick Garland, did you insist that they not be hypocritical, that they follow the Constitution? No, you guys kind of just dropped it. No big deal. Okay, and now that you have the ability to block their judge, oh, well, I just want to be a nice guy. They weren't nice to us, that's true. They did not fulfill their constitutional duties, but instead of two can play at that game, and hey, if you're gonna block our nominee for a year, we should block your nominee for a year. It's no, I'm just gonna, oh golly gee, I'm gonna be consistent. Go ahead, put anyone in. But hey, Senator Heitkamp, if you do that, maybe you're encouraging the Republicans to break the rules every time, and that whenever you have a president, you're not gonna get your Supreme Court nominee, and they're gonna say, it doesn't matter. All those right-wing Democrats are gonna vote with us no matter what we do. We can spit in their face. We can slap them across the face. We can deny them their nominee for a whole year and they'll come back smiling. Okay, you get your nominee anyway. She went on to say, it's my duty to fully consider any Supreme Court nominee, regardless of which party's in the White House. Such a role should be above politics. Well, it wasn't above politics when the Republicans did it. So don't pretend you're above politics. Here's what Senator Heitkamp is doing, playing politics. Because Donald Trump won her home state, so now she's incredibly scared because all these establishment Democrats act out of incredible fear and cowardice. Plus, their donors love Gorsuch. He loves Citizens United. He's more pro-corporate than even the most pro-corporate Supreme Court in United States history. That's the current one. And Gorsuch is way more corporate than they are. And so the donors on the Democratic side are like, oh, Gorsuch, oh, twist our arm. Oh, did they get another pro-corporate Supreme Court nominee? Go ahead, Heidi, go ahead. Oh, I'm above politics. I didn't look at the polling in North Dakota at all before I made this decision. I didn't talk to my corporate donors at all. Golly gee, I'm above politics. My ass, you're above politics. And soon when we primary, you'll be below politics. Okay, so now I'm gonna go to Joe Manchin. And by the way, if you think that these people aren't getting primaries, you don't understand a thing about politics. We're gonna primary the hell out of these people. When I say I mean of course progressives at large. If the Justice Democrats didn't do it, somebody else would. If they didn't, they would be negligent not to primary these people. So yes, justicedemocrats.com. Heidi Heitkamp, how you doing? Aloha also means goodbye. Okay, I know that's Hawaii, doesn't matter. Joe Manchin from West Virginia. Oh, we got a primary coming your way too. Now listen to this guy, excusing all the things that the Republicans have done and smiling and telling them, go ahead, I'm open for business. Go ahead, Joe.
In the past, you said you would not filibuster or join a filibuster. Is that still your view?
Yeah, I mean, we should have an up or down vote. And that's just my belief. And when it gets to this, unless you have strong opposition, we've got to find a way to preserve the Senate. The Senate started coming apart when Harry Reid did the nuclear option, which put a 51 vote threshold. That's not what the founding fathers decided for this body.
Are you afraid, Senator, that the Republicans are going to do that very same thing?
Well, I would be concerned that if they don't get a cloture vote, that could happen. They're going to say, listen, you all did it on all the federal judges, we're going to do it for Supreme Court too. How do you preserve the input that the minority should have? Because what goes around comes around. And that's what we're doing now. The Democrats were in control and they took care of the nuclear option, which they should have never done. I'm the only one still in the Senate on the Democrat side that voted against what Harry wanted to do. I thought it was wrong.
That sure sounds like you don't want to join a filibuster, Senator.
Yeah, I'm not a big filibuster guy to begin with.
Golly gee, I'll let the Republicans do anything to me. So now, this guy's a theoretical Democrat. Let me explain what he was saying there. During the Obama years, the Republicans broke the record on obstruction. That's literal. They broke the number of filibusters. I think they doubled or tripled the number of filibusters. That was the previous record. So they blocked everything they could. So finally, near the end, because Democrats are idiots, they waited 6 years, right before they lost their majority in their infinite stupidity. They waited. They let them block everything. Did Joe Manchin complain about that? No, that's his Republican buddies. He loves it when they block stuff. So then finally at the end, Harry Reid and the Democrats took away the filibuster for everything but the Supreme Court when it comes to other nominees. So Manchin says, oh, you see that? It's Harry Reid's fault. It's the Democrats' fault. Which party are you in? Why did you not mention the context of the Republicans' record-breaking obstructionism? You didn't mention that because you work for them. You think having this Democrat, so-called Democrat, is helpful when he comes out there and he gives Republicans bipartisan cover to go, you see that? I'm a Democrat and I agree the Republicans are awesome. It's all the Democrats' fault. They shouldn't have done that earlier. So now when they say, all right, look, they preserved the filibuster in the case of the Supreme Court, and the Republicans have been saying all along how important that is, especially when they were in the minority. What do you think about that now? He says, well, I mean, golly gee, I wouldn't want to force the Republicans to take it away. And so we have to preserve our rights in the minority. Well, if you promise you're never going to filibuster, as you seem to indicate there, what rights do you have? If you say, oh, I don't want them to take away the filibuster, hence I won't ever filibuster, then guess what, Joe? You don't have that right. What are you preserving it for? At least let them do the things that are going to look so bad to the rest of the public, to run over the minority, to get, if they're going to get Gorsuch, they should have to run over you. But no, you're going to open the door for them. I'm not done yet, or he's not done yet. Look, he's got more.
Now, I don't expect as a Democrat that he's going to appease a lot of Democrats because of his philosophical beliefs. But guess what? The Democrats, we didn't win the presidential election. So you don't expect to get a center left. Is he too far right or center right? I think they understand they're going to get center right. Is he too far right? Well, he's replacing Antonin Scalia, who was very, very conservative. So you can look at it and evaluate it well. Is he more non-traditional or more conservative than Antonin Scalia? If he fits in the same wheelhouse, then you can justify saying that kind of fits the same parameter as who he's replacing.
Well, it sure sounds like to me from that description, Senator, that you're ready to vote yes.
Let's just say I'm a very open-minded person.
Well, there are things that are open about Joe Manchin. Let's just be polite saying he's open for business, okay? I haven't seen a Republican deliver Republican talking points as well as so-called Democrat Joe Manchin. God, he could not help them anymore. Well, he certainly couldn't help them more if he was a Republican, because he's going to vote with them, and he gets to go on media here and go, oh yeah, oh no, the Republicans are totally right. The Democrats are losers, idiots. It's all their fault. I mean, look, he's just like Antonin Scalia. Here's a Democratic senator saying, no, it's okay. He's just like Antonin Scalia. Okay, and furthermore, Gorsuch is considered more conservative than Antonin Scalia, who might be the most conservative justice we've ever had. And what does Manchin say? He's center right, just center right. I mean, you can't do Republican talking points better than that. They're embarrassed to say he's center right because they know how far right he is. They know how extreme right he is. But here's Joe Manchin, theoretically a Democrat. Oh, center right, I mean, what are you going to do? And he fits that. And he says, we didn't win. But the Republicans didn't win against Obama, but they blocked his nominee for close to a year. Well, they didn't win, Obama won. Where were you then, Joe Manchin? Where were you then? Sitting on your ass, talking about how, oh no, the Democrats shouldn't have done this, the Democrats shouldn't have done that. Okay, he says now he's all, gung-ho. He loves fighting Democrats. When it comes to Republicans, he cowers. Oh my God, okay, you guys are right, what do you need? Well, I have the same exact donors as you. Agreed. Here's your Gorsuch corporate nominee, here you go, right? But when it comes to Democrats, he says he's not looking forward to a primary. Be careful what you wish for, son, because you're gonna get one. JusticeDemocrats.com. We're gonna find a great actual citizen of West Virginia and of North Dakota, and we're gonna come for these guys. Because they do not help. They are not progressive at all. So you can call yourself a Democrat and then go do exactly what the Republicans want. That does not help progressive causes. That helps Republicans because they can turn around and go, oh, Joe Manchin and Heidi Heitkamp. You see that? The reasonable Democrats did exactly as we paid them to do. They bowed their heads and then they pretend that they're strong. You haven't seen strong yet. You'll see us soon though. We'll see you in the primaries. I just want to do a quick poll to see if you guys seem to agree with Manchin and Heitkamp. Maybe I got this one wrong. Curious what you as the audience think. Most of you are progressive. Let's find out. Let's go to tyrtnetwork.com/stand. Real quick, easy question. Should the Democrats filibuster Neil Gorsuch? Who knows, maybe you guys agree with Joe Manchin. Maybe the Democrats and progressives are on Manchin's side and I didn't even know it. So let's find out. Should the Democrats filibuster Neil Gorsuch? Go to tyrtnetwork.com/stand.